to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to create a plugin for your Godot project in Android to copy some text to the clipboard of the user. So here you can see I have some Godot project running and there is just one button, and on click of that button I am copying some string data to the clipboard. So if I just click on this click me button, and what I'll do is I'll just go to some browser, okay, and I have Godot over here, and instead of that I'll just paste something over here. Okay, so here you can see this data was copied to the clipboard. So let's get started on how to do that. So firstly what you will have to do is I have already explained in depth on how to create a plugin step by step. So if you are doing this for the first time, I request you to watch that video first, because here I will be explaining things, I won't be doing things myself. So first just create an Android project. It can be an empty views activity or a Jetpack Compose activity, that does not matter. Next what you will have to do is just right click file, new, just right click new module, and here you will have to select Android library and give some name. So I have already created this, and the name which I gave was my clipboard library, and just click on finish. So here you can see this is the library which I have created. What I'll do, I'll just go to this Android drop down so we can have a better view. Next you will have to go to build.gradle.kts of your library, and here you will have to add this implementation of Godot, which is kind of like a third-party dependency which we are adding. Now at the time of the recording I am using Godot 4.2.1, but if you are watching in future, do check this version on Maven Central. You will get the updated version. It is mostly the Godot engine which you are using, like the Godot editor version is same. Next you will have to create a file called Godot Android plugin, and I have created this file, and I have mostly copy pasted everything from doc. Only thing which you have to do is you will have to change this name called my clipboard plugin. You can change this to anything, just change it to whatever makes sense to you, but do remember this name because we will be using this name. And the clipboard label is my Godot game, but again you can change the clipboard label. This is not the data which we are copying, this is just like a label which you have to provide, like kind of like a key which you have to provide. And here I have created a method called copy to clipboard, and this data will be sent from the Godot project side. Okay, so we will receive this data in form of string, and you will have to run this. You will have to first get hold of your clipboard manager, which I am doing over here. Then you will have to get hold of your clipboard data, and if you see, the clipboard data requires a clipboard label, and it also requires the data which you want to copy. And then you just have to call clipboard manager dot set primary clip data. Okay, so let me just see like what all things which we have to do. So we have done till here. Next you will have to go to Android manifest of your library and just copy paste this code, but here you will have to be careful, like this should be your plugin name, whatever you have to define, and this should be your package name. So where can you get your package name? Just go to Godot Android plugin, and this should be your package name. Okay, and this should be the class name which you have defined. So here it should be Godot Android plugin. Next okay, so here you will have to go to project drop down, and then inside your library you will have to create this folder called export scripts template. Inside that create a file called export plugin.gd, and again I have copy pasted this from the docs, so which you can see over here. And the only thing which you have to change is this plugin name, everything else remains the same. Okay, so this next you will have to create a plugin.cfg file. Again copy pasted this from the docs. Only thing which I have changed is this plugin name. Next if you want, you can change the description or the author name, whatever you want to. Okay, so we have created this. Okay, next what you will have to do is you will have to open terminal. You will have to cd to your Android project, not to your library, cd to your Android project, and then you will have to run this command. Once you run this command, you should be able to. What you will have to do is you will have to go to your Android project. You will have to go to app, build, over here, go to your Android project. You will have to go to your Android library, build, outputs, AAR, and here you should see two AAR files. For me it is not present because I have copied it to my Godot project. I'll tell you where to exactly copy. Next you will have to just create a Godot project. I have already created it. Inside that you will have to create a folder called add-ons. Next create a folder with your plugin name. So my plugin name is my clipboard plugin, Next, inside that create a folder called bin, and inside bin create two folders, debug and release. Okay, next what you will have to do, if you remember, we have created these two files in our Android library. You will have to copy paste it to this my clipboard plugin folder. It should be outside the bin folder. So here you can see I've copy pasted these two. Next, you will have to copy this AR file which we have created inside our Android library. You will have to go to your Godot project, go to add-ons, clipboard, bins, debug, and the debug one you have to copy to the debug folder, and release one you will have to copy to the release folder. But here you will have to change the name. So here what should be the name? So the name should be whatever is your plugin name. So my plugin name is my clipboard plugin -debug.ar. Similarly for release as well. Okay, so once you copy that, you will have to go to project settings, plugins, and you will have to check this checkbox. Next, next you can create an whatever your game is. So here I have just created a VBox container, and here I have taken a button, then I have attached script to this, and here you can see we are this should be again your plugin name. And if you see inside ready, I am just initializing our plugin if it is not already initialized. Okay, we don't need this signal because we are not sending any data back. And on button pressed, I am just copying the copy to clipboard method which I have defined it on the Android side, and I am sending some data. Next you will have to go to project, install Android build template. I have already done this. Next, go to export, click add, select Android. I have already added it. Make sure you check the use Gradle build option, and here inside architecture you will if you don't know what architecture your Android device is of, you can just select all these four options. For me the architecture is this first one, V7A. Next, also make sure you go to editor settings inside your Godot project, and add the debug key as well as the Android SDK path. The debug key is mostly over here, like for Mac you can just copy paste it desktop or downloads folder. And also if you want Wi-Fi remote debugging, you can also check this option inside editor settings. Inside editor settings, you will have to search first for Android, then you will see this Android debug path and Android SDK path. Then yeah, I guess then you just have to run your project. That's it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.